So help us understand, in your book, How to Get Happier and Why You Should Try To, you hint pretty openly about growing up crazy, and your writing points to a history of chronic trauma. So we can guess that your own history drives your interest in trauma. Is that correct?
Oh, of course it is. I mean, almost all of us do the work we do for a reason. And when you finally say, yeah, I'm still working my stuff. The thing that's always fascinated me about my own history, not that it's necessarily any more or less fascinating than anybody else's, is the assumptions that people make about what my history must have meant and about the cause, effect, and and about the cause-effect relationships that people assume that are there. For me, if you knew the kind of most obvious visible history that most people would agree to, we moved a lot when I was very young. My father was a World War II and Korea veteran, and in fact, around the time I got born, he was discharged, recalled, released, relocated, got jobs, had to move. Things that were very normal sociologically back in that time, and as we will see are normal now, given the returning veterans and the veterans who are coming back into civilian life, who need to find jobs and there aren't enough jobs, and the unemployment rate, and there's a tremendous amount of mobility that occurs that's normative. It's not abusive, it's not dysfunctional, it's normative. But depending on what's going on for a family, it can be very difficult. My mom was 31, my dad was 30 when he died. So here she was, a young bride, chasing him around because of the changes going on for him with 2 small children. And without much, if any, real support for herself. So these kinds of things, when you think about the tremendous mobility we have now, I think about the people I've known in corporate environments who've relocated 25, 30 times in a career. You really can't, it's hard, very hard, especially depending on when these relocations occur, to build a connection with children that's lasting, that gives them the foundation they need. The first couple of years in life are so critical, and if a parent is overwhelmed or distressed or unable to be emotionally present, you miss that ability to connect and to learn to self-soothe. Those years are really where you learn how other people are going to respond to you when you're in distress, and it sets a pattern. And that coupled with a couple of with a rare disease when I was an early child and orthopedic difficulties, all of these things are fairly normative. But the thing that they did that was so powerful was they made me invisible. And a person who is invisible is the perfect prey for any predator. Just the perfect prey for any predator.
So tell us